Hello, everyone. It's me, Alec, here, bringing you another film review. And today we are talking about the sixth graders, Superbad, Good Boys. Oh man, so you guys may be wondering what this film's about, and what I can tie it up into is sixth graders being introduced to very adult things. And yeah, it's basically the modern Superbad in terms of it having such raunchy comedy and very much a lot of similar tones as Superbad. It is a lot to dive into. I have a few points here to talk about, and I'm excited to talk about this film. So let's just start talking about all this great mumbo jumbo. So the thing I am so glad to bring up about this film is that it is very funny. It has only really raunchy comedy, but like, let's be real, is that really a problem? No. It works so well with the film of the raunchy comedy. And it makes me wonder, are we going to see a resurrection of this kind of genre again? Of teen raunchy comedy like American Pie, Superbad, stuff like that. Are we going to see a resurrection? I hope so. And if it's done as well as Good Boys did it, I'm more than happy about it. And another thing that really helped with the comedy level here is that it had these kids being so oblivious to these different things. And it just makes it so much funnier and gets so many laughs. And it was very smart on the scriptwriter's behalf when writing these scenes and having the decision of making these kids completely oblivious to all of these things. Now, like any raunchy comedy, it is not going to be always smart. It has a lot of dumb humor, and it really, I can't fault it. I mean, it's raunchy comedy. It is still very fun, and even though it isn't always smart comedy or witty humor, I found myself laughing almost the entire movie. It is pure bliss and joy watching this film. It is very funny, and that's really what I can sum it up as: hilarious. I want to take this moment right now to talk about why this film works in its current time. Alright, so it has something that I feel like a lot of the comedy films don't have right now. It successfully performs these very short, heartfelt moments to build that connection between you and the character. Because it wouldn't be as funny without that heartfelt moment. And they really seem to understand that. Because they make these heartfelt moments for all these characters, but also bring the comedy with the heartfelt moment. And so it successfully performs those connections, but also makes an incredibly good time with these characters that I think a lot of comedy is missing nowadays. But not only that, the kid actors, sure, there's points where they do have very weak performances, but there's other times where, like, it is incredibly good performance by these kids. Like, the way they just spout these lines at times just are hilarious, and it helps with the jokes the way they just said it, and it's really fun when they do incredibly well. But even at their lower parts of their performance, it is still very fun with them. They know how to deliver these comedy lines. It was a lot. It was a whole lot. Now I want to talk about the similarity between Superbad and Good Boys, because you can't deny there is a very strong influence of Superbad in this film. And at times it does walk that fine line of blatant ripoff and strong inspiration, and or paying homage to it. It walks that very fine line at times, and at times it does cross it, but not a whole lot. It has the very similar themes presented in Superbad, like the whole loyalty, friendship theme. It follows that very strongly, and a lot of the same plot points at times. It also, like I said before, it has the same comedy style, and it also has some very similar scenes in this movie that I'm kind of surprised hasn't been brought up a whole lot, because there's some scenes in Good Boys that is almost identical to Superbad. So I think the scenes is where it does very much walk that fine line, and sometimes crosses that territory. But yeah, watching Good Boys, there is an undeniable feeling that this has either taken a lot from Superbad or is very it takes a lot of inspiration, or it's paying a lot of homage to basically the Kickstarter or finale of raunchy comedy. I forget if it was the start or the end of it at times, so apologies if it's one but not the other. The final really thing I need to talk about for this film is there are points in the film where I just felt a little creeped out, because these kids are doing such adult things at times that it does feel very uncomfortable at times. But that is what raunchy comedy is at times, so I guess it does do it well. But it sometimes goes to the point where I'm physically feeling uncomfortable watching it. But it really also helps because the film basically acknowledges that you're feeling uncomfortable and likes to twist around with it. And so it does help with how it acknowledges it and makes it funny. So it does help to lower that creepiness factor of watching the film. Because yes, the kids are doing very adult things at points, or discovering very adult things. And it's a lot at points, but at the same time, it creates a hugely fun atmosphere that will leave you laughing the entire runtime of this movie. It's incredible. It is a film that you will want to see if you love comedy. Because this is something that deserves to be seen. It is a good comedy that does a lot of things right, that thank God we're seeing again, you know? I'm really hoping this does well at the box office. The first week did well, really well. So I'm hoping it can carry on and really make a point that good comedy still has a place in film. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this review. Please, if you enjoyed it, like, subscribe for more content, you know? Please, for me. And thank you all for watching. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.